It really is just when I feel best, is when I'm healthy and fit and testing my limits physically.
To say Barb Higgins likes CrossFit might be an understatement.
So that was the workout. You do that for 14 minutes.
Barb has always been a dynamo. For most of her life, athletics came naturally, especially running, like in high school.
Yeah, I was the first high school girl to break 5 minutes in the mile in New Hampshire. That was 40 years ago, 1981.
She was also All-American in college track. All of it perhaps setting her up for something really unique, something many would find hard to believe.
My favorite reaction is the gray face, like no expression at all. Like, hey, so I have some news. I'm 22 weeks pregnant with a baby boy.
Despite being in her mid-50s, this Concord mom and part-time teacher decided to have another baby with her newly retired husband, Kenny Banzoff, who was all in.
I'll be back in Little League and soccer and everything. That'd be fun.
How old are you now?
I'm 66.
Did you ever imagine having a newborn?
No.
In March of 2021, the couple welcomed little Jack into the world.
Yeah. I know.
Their lives, once again, filled with all things baby.
So you're going to lose breath?
And their house, once again, filled with something they lost years ago in tragedy.
Testing out his voice. He takes after his mother. He likes to talk. So Jack, I will say, Jack is the first time that we've really had just unadulterated happiness in this house since Molly died.
When Barb and Kenny had daughters Gracie and Molly, their lives were full. The girls grew into young women and became beloved members of the local dance community. But this Concord family was about to encounter a series of health scares that changed their lives forever, starting with young Molly.
I called her Pip, and she was my little baby. I just, gotta get me choked here.
She started having unexplained symptoms. In 2016, she was rushed to the hospital.
I called an ambulance. She went out the door, and all I could think is, now it was at 9 in the morning, or 8:30 in the morning, and I thought, oh gosh, thank gosh, she's gonna be okay now. She's going to the hospital, she's gonna be okay.
Molly Banzoff was only 13 years old when she passed away from a brain tumor. Soon after, while the family grieved, Kenny's kidneys started to fail and required dialysis. And Barb, now in her 50s, began having dreams of another baby.
So I've tried to be like, okay, Barbara, for some reason the universe is telling you to have this baby. Just be healthy, enjoy it, and see what happens.
And what happened was dramatic. When she changed medication for her mouth to get pregnant, Barb needed a scan of her head. It revealed 3 brain tumors and required risky surgery.
But I would never have fixed my mouth if I wasn't trying to have Jack, which means I never would have found the tumors. In one of them, the tumor here was positioned in such a way that it was putting pressure on my carotid artery, which would not have ended well had it kept growing. So
Potentially saved your life.
yeah, exactly.
Barb made it through surgery in great shape. After a battery of tests, at age 57, she became pregnant with in vitro fertilization, which revealed another challenge: insurance claims designed for younger moms.
Reason for denial of coverage: diagnosis inconsistent with age of patient. So like, we're not going to pay for that ultrasound because you're too old to be pregnant.
Despite some hiccups, Jack was born just under 6 pounds and healthy. Barb Higgins would be dubbed the oldest woman to give birth in New Hampshire.
I did not think 40 years after breaking 5 minutes in the mile that I would have a baby, but here we are.
He's brought a certain joy to this household that we haven't felt since Molly died. Yeah, so I don't know if it balances out. It's just different. It's a different joy.
Things are looking up here. Kenny has a new kidney, and spending time with Jack is keeping him young.
I take Jack for a walk every day, if I can.
With his parents and older sister, Gracie, this family is tackling raising a baby as a team. And so far, reactions have been mostly positive.
You know, I'll get stopped on the street and somebody, is this your grandchild? No, it's my son. What? And it's really, you know, positive. 99.9% are positive. Like a lot of people say, why would you want to start over? And I don't feel like I'm starting over anything. I feel like I'm continuing along. And part of my journey is having Jack.
This couple continues to do what they love. Barb goes to the gym, Kenny the local golf course. The only impact they see age having on parenting, now they have more time and experience.
I'm not too old to be a mother, and I won't be too old in 20 years. You know, I'll just be old, that's all.
Chilly.